everybody, and welcome back to some more Stellaris. Ancient Relics and High Kingdom of Terra, yada yada yada. So, last time we left off, we had just won a war against the Eprian Corporation over here, and taken a handful of systems off of them. We didn't take anything too important, and they still have these two systems here because I didn't think to put a claim on them before the war started, / didn't have the influence, depending on who you ask. And at the moment, after having a look around at the end of the last session, and during that session too, it's been realized that the corporation doesn't really control any very important hyperlands. The Ancient Kingdom does, but until we can get them as our vassal or something, that doesn't really help us when it comes to expansion. So, we're going to be shifting gears a little bit and moving towards a war with the Psychonid stellar hegemony. But, on that note, we want to build up our fleet a little bit first. For the very simple reason that we're equivalent, and I don't like being equivalent. I like having an overwhelming advantage. So at the moment, these guys, we have claims on a bunch of their stuff. I would like claims on a bunch more of their stuff. First order of business, do we just keep pushing for more uninhabited systems to claim, which would be easier to take in a peace negotiation? Actually, no. I would like to lay claim to some of their colonies as well. Gold Psychon here, that's their capital. I could even claim their capital. But I don't think so. That place we will claim, though. I'm going to probably dodge around the capital a little bit and see about nabbing some other stuff. And I'll add to the claims as we go along. We still have to rebuild the fleet and expand it a bunch if we're anywhere near being ready for war. Right now, the second fleet has one destroyer and is almost up to the number of corvettes that we're going to need. The first fleet actually, I think, needs the reinforcements more because it's smaller. Unpause the game now, and our fleet can go home. Well,
construction complete.
I say go home, I mean go back to the place where they are based out of. Construction on Valen is done, so they have a thing now, meaning they have minerals. And we're working on dealing with some unemployment right now that cropped up during the war, because that's the thing that tends to happen with me when it comes to wars. When I'm fighting, I just get so utterly focused on fighting the war that I don't think about little things like making sure my economy's doing okay. Terran Republic has rivaled those assholes, which doesn't really help me because the Terran Republic also isn't too fond of us. Alright, and they've returned the favor.
Construction complete.
And our income is actually positive now, which is very nice. I think, though, that we want to do a few bits of colonization so that we can get more tax-paying citizens in the Empire. Because everything comes down to taxes, don't you know? Let's check out the possibilities. Size 10 Gaia world is kind of nice, but I think I'll leave that be. This continental one would be alright, but that'd end up being more of a specialized housing world than anything more. So it's possible, but I don't know. Size 14 tomb world up here. That could be another mining world, but really, minerals aren't something that we need a whole lot of right now, considering we have 130 coming in regularly. Still, I think it's our best choice. We need another 80-ish alloys to be able to build a colony ship. Let's buy 250 alloys, and then we have a stupid amount of food and more coming in every day, so I'll sell 5,000 food to make up for that. Now, Bazanok, which I want to rename that because that's an awful name. We're going to put a colony down here. Regium, I think that'll do as a name. Righty then.
Construction complete.
And High King Edward Autumnstar has just bought the farm at the age of 95. Took him a while, but he finally managed to die. Now we have High Queen Decima the First. We get more unity, and star-based building stuff costs less. Let's see here. You know, I was considering building a station in Hickus to fortify the place, but it has 9 trade value, so that would also make us some money, which would be very nice. I'll hold off on it for now. Some colony shipment coming. Let's do some stuff, of course. You know, I don't think we really want to have that as a third fleet. We don't really have the economy right now to support 3 fleets. 2 is sufficient, though.
Science Division reports a new breakthrough.
I'll merge our destroyer that is currently the 3rd fleet into the 2nd fleet. And they want this to be the 3rd fleet. God damn it. Military strength there is nice and up. We have successfully researched starholds. Hello, better defensive fortifications. And also more anchoraginess. We have those unlocked. So there are a couple of options now from where I could go. mineral purification plants, engineering research, minerals for miners, coil guns. Curious. Or I could get weather control systems to improve our district housing, because I'm pretty sure that's the route I have to go down if, for example, I wanted to be able to build an Ecumenopolis later on in the game, which I very much do. So, what do we want? Coil guns is an option. It'll only take 4 months, but that's one of the ones that we'll have forever. City district housing, mineral purification, those are going to take a while. That's engineering, so let's see. I think I'll do coil guns. We want to have a little bit of variety in our higher level weaponry, is my thinking. And then I'll probably just move on to the armor immediately, since this is going to be a very short thing indeed. The Surveyor Probe would like to say hi, apparently. Your help has been invaluable so far. I'm going to let you leech off my data streams for a while. I'm sure you find it a great boost to your exploration. It sure is for me. So, that boosts our survey speed, sublight speed, FTL speed, and research speed for about 60 months. Really, the research speed is the only one that matters. We are not going to be doing any sort of surveying anytime soon. We also have a new heir. I am going to need to rename. Let's do a little bit of renaming, because this game does not get original numbers very well, it looks like. There we go. Problem solved. And we've made contact now with the Duosae's stellar hegemony. I bring greeting from Grand Marshal Khan Hua, the undisputed ruler of the Duosae's stellar hegemony. Apparently I was mispronouncing that. Wish to learn about your species. What martial techniques do your warriors employ, given your fascinating biology? I think a martial greeting would serve us well here. Warriors salute you. Now, what do they think of us? Surprisingly, they're actually quite on board with our society. Interesting. They are apparently honor-bound warriors and a military dictatorship. They like us because they're xenophiles, apparently. They don't like us being slavers, but oh well. Too bad for them, I suppose. Too bad for them. Okay. Now we're going to go in and do a little bit of alteration with the fleet. Actually, I'll put the London class is up to 25, and then the Nagasaki class to 15. Barcelona class and Belgrade class can be 5. And we'll add in 3 Geneva class. I think that'll make a pretty good setup. $25, $15. Belgrade class. I'll need to add in the Barcelona and Geneva class in 2nd Fleet. At least 5 of the Barcelona and Belgrade, and some Geneva class. And the UI is being a little bitch. Wonderful. Barcelona and Belgrade need 5, and god damn it, UI. God damn it. Actually, in the 2nd Fleet, we can afford 5 of every type of destroyer with our command limit. That's gonna get us some fairly big fleets, it looks like. So, the next thing we gotta work on is upgrade the Alpha Centauri shipyard, so that I can give it more shipyards, and therefore it can be all shipyardy. That needs 39 more alloys. So I'll buy 250, and I am going to sell 2,000. To sell a few thousand minerals to make up for it. I don't want to sell too much food, lest I tank the price. After all, something to watch out for, because I've done that in the past. Now Alpha Centauri can begin its upgrade to a Starhold. A very Starholdy Starhold at that. And something happened at our archaeology sites, apparently. Oh dear. While excavating the ruins on Hekios 5A, our scientist recently vanished without a trace. An extensive search by the other archaeologists turns up nothing. We have to assume the worst. Great. We lost a scientist. Bloody spectacular. Get me a new one. It's going to take a while, but we've got nothing if not time, right? Has become a fortifier. Defense platforms and starbase upgrade costs are better now. That's nice, I suppose. The fleet, those guys.
Science Division
still
report
making
success.
their long way here. Coiled guns done, as expected. Destroyer build speed and antimatter missiles are both very tempting as options, but I want that ceramo metal armor so that we can better armor our ships. Even if I do tend to favor shields over armor, since we don't need to go back to a starbase to regenerate our shields, I would like to have some good armor. Just strikes me as a reasonable thing to do. And we also, and I didn't mention this before, but now we have that rather nice tech that enables my stations, as well as any planets that have fortresses on them, to act as FTL inhibitors. So if these guys should be dumb enough to launch an attack and attempt to liberate the systems they took off me, they'll have to get past this system. And they will have to knock out the starbase before they can go anywhere. They can't just move on. Very nice indeed. Very, very nice. Speaking of, I think we want to queue up another colony, even though we already have one in progress. Nova Serica. I like that name. Yeah, I am being just a little bit arbitrary when it comes to colony names. If you want to suggest one or have any ideas for that, do let me know, would you? Alrighty. The galactic market has been established in a system that I have never heard of. Probably belongs to some Xeno scum somewhere. Why wouldn't it, right? So now we're still equivalent with them and them. Now, let's sell a whole bunch of minerals and then use that to buy a load of alloys. 1,300. We're up to 1,300 alloys now, and I'm going to use this to reinforce our fleets some more. All of it's going towards the first fleet for now. It's going to be a massive expansion of the Navy. Hopefully the new colonies that we're going to be sticking up will help us to fund this. Because otherwise, this could be problematic. And speaking of new colonies, the first of those 2 colony ships just come off the production line. The second has a ways to go. But our upgrade in Alpha Centauri shipyards is going well. And once that's done, I'll be able to afford to stick down 2 more shipyards, meaning we will then, at Alpha Centauri, be able to produce a staggering 4 ships at a time. Apparently there are marauders using our territory as a shortcut to whoever they're off to raid. Well, have fun with that. Our favorite corporate douchebags up here are still equivalent, but hopefully that didn't last too long. So,
Yes.
Kingdom. How are you guys doing? Perfectly fine, it seems. Perfectly fine. And yeah, our income is tanking from all the shipbuilding we're doing now. So, I'm going to have to put up a couple of stations effectively for the purpose of trade. Now, this one is also going to be stuck up because it will fortify the system, but we're going to get that 9 trade value out of it too. Speaking of, I'm also going to stick up a station in Crucible that is going to be a trading outpost, because that can get us a bunch of trade value too. We can't do anything in Niavo yet because we don't have the military force to deal with the problem that will crop up once we start mining that station. If you know what that problem is, fantastic. If not, you'll just have to wait until I decide to poke that particular hornet's nest, I think. Progress is going along steady with that archaeology site. Policies. No, it's edicts is what we want. I'm going to want to boost our energy with capacity overload. So we need to build up our influence to about 300 so we can have
Construction
enough to do
complete.
that. Okay. First Fleet's strength is growing. We're up to 2.1k strength from about 1.4, 1.6 now. I'm just going to keep on expanding our fleet. And I'm going to put us up to fastest speed, just because not much of anything is happening right now, so may as well. I'm also going to sell a bunch of food. And a little bit of minerals to increase our energy surplus. Just so we have a stockpile and I won't run out of energy anytime soon. I know I could set up a trade deal and address it that way, but I kind of don't want to. Distant
Construction complete.
Distant interstellar rivalries going on. Alpha Centauri's done building ships, but I thought for a second that was the shipyard that was done. Apparently not. We have a lot of reinforcements on the way over. Nice. They're still equivalent. They're still equivalent. How are these guys doing? Still equivalent. So we're pretty equivalent with everyone. I'm gonna have to get the fleet to be a good deal larger before we become superior. Not that I'm really all that inclined, mind you. These two stations are coming along nicely, so soon we'll deal with that problem by getting some trade in from our new stations. Terra has unemployed. I'm gonna put down an energy grid just to increase their energy production for now, and give us an extra job on that. I am also going to clear the industrial wasteland and the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, so that we can then make more energy and food if necessary. Though I probably won't be doing any food production back on Earth any more than the default amount that you start out with, I mean. Because eventually...
Our pioneers have made planetfall.
Yes, indeed. Nova Serica, our colony over in the Sirius system, on its continental world, has been settled. It's going to take a while to finally get set up, though. About 4 years, in fact. And speaking of getting colonies set up, is it just me, or has the time it takes to settle new planets increased a whole lot since Apocalypse? Because I seem to recall it used to take a lot less time to do that. Or maybe that's just me, I don't know. But whatever, it just seems like it takes a lot longer now.
Science Division reports success.
And there's our ceramo metal armor. So next, what do we want next? I could start getting synthetic crystal plants going, and lithoid crystal plants, because if we could produce those crystals, that would be really nice, because that's another resource I could then sell on the market to make some money. And we kind of need to buff our energy income right now. I don't really need more mineral income, so that's right out. Engineering research, that's gonna take a while. But there's also afterburners. Now, unlocking one of these extra bits for my ship designs would be nice, plus it would give me something to actually do with those slots other than just more power. Which, more power is all well and good, but I don't need it on my ship designs at the moment. So it's between the afterburners and synthetic plants. I think I'll go for synthetic crystal plants. I don't really need them right now, but neither do I really need afterburners, to be honest. Okay. How are we doing on these? Just over a month left. Just over a month. And the first fleet is doing a decent job at getting itself ready. We need...
Construction complete.
Hold that thought. Hold that thought indeed. Trade hubs. Get us trade hubs until the cows come home. This is going to be a trading outpost. Hicka Station is also getting us trade, but we have this here to defend our borders against the stellar hegemony. I think I'm going to make this a defensive station. We'll put a mix on this time. Gun battery and missile battery. And... what's the next thing we want after that? Gun battery and missile battery. It's a choice between... actually, weapons range I think is what we want. Target uplink computer. So once I have the alloys for that, I'm gonna drop a target uplink computer on here. That will just be another month until we have those alloys.
Construction complete.
Alpha Centauri starbase is done. Excellent. Take that. Alpha Centauri. How much is a new shipyard? That's 50 alloys. Or thereabouts. And indeed, we have positive energy income now. So, I'll spend a little of it on some alloys. And Alpha Centauri, you can have 2 new shipyards. And I'm also going to give them a fleet academy. This is going to be where our super elite ships are trained. Literally the best of the best. Alpha Centauri is right now our main naval shipyard. And am I seeing things? Old Ash. 10 trade value. Yeah, that and Jamask, I think those two together, that is worth another trading station. But unfortunately, we don't have the star-based capacity for that just yet. So we'll have to hold off for the time being. And now, I am going to pick up a bunch of alloys. There, we'll also sell some consumer goods, so they have a decent stockpile. Got a bunch of alloys. We can expand the first fleet a little more. This will probably take us slightly over our naval capacity, but I don't mind going over a little bit, quite frankly. And if I can somehow get myself superior to these guys, then maybe we can get to the point where if they ever become inferior
Science
to me,
Division
I would
reports a new
like
breakthrough.
them as a vassal. Doubly so if they come to me for it, or agree to my suggestion. UV laser research is done. So, what now? There's physics research. How is all our research anyways? 80, 105, 86. It's not bad, really. There's also basic combat roles. And energy nexus. I think we'll go for basic combat roles. I never really play around with the combat computers much in Stellaris, and I'm not really sure why. So that'll be an opportunity to give it a gander. First fleet is looking nice and big. And of course, we have its strength buffed by this pirate cruiser
Construction
that
complete.
we managed to get our hands on, so that certainly helps. Alpha Centauri has finished building its ships. It's still working on getting the additional shipyards up and running, and it doesn't have the extra experience thing going just yet.
Construction complete.
Shipyard is done. And it looks like we've just met some fanatical purifiers based on the name. The Lihoang Ravagers. Fortunately, they're rather distant from us, so we don't have to worry just yet. Quake in fear, alien scum, for your doom approaches. The Lihoang Ravagers will cleanse this galaxy of every misbegotten alien, misbegotten xeno-civilization, and pollutes it with their presence. Terra shall burn. We will fight for our right to exist, murderous scumbags. Yeah, fanatical purifiers. So either they're going to go on a massive bloody rampage across that sector of space, or they are just going to get torn to shreds by their neighbors who don't appreciate the whole genocidal approach to every species in the galaxy thing. But, on that note, they have some abandoned gateways in their space. We've encountered another abandoned gateway, this time near Hubli Lange's singularity. It appears to have been built entirely by microscopic nanites of an unknown design. Unlike the previous structures, this gateway has been significantly altered since its initial construction. Its connection to the rest of the network has been severed. Instead, the only valid destination is an uncharted group of stars just beyond our galaxy that has been designated the L Cluster by our astronomers. Although the gateway emits a faint power signature, it has been deliberately locked to some kind of maintenance loop that prevents its activation. Until we find some way of aborting this process, the L Cluster will remain beyond our reach. Intriguing.
New sit rep.
So yes, we have also found an L gate. Not that we can really do much with it since it's in the space of a bunch of genocidal maniacs, but we know it exists, so that's gotta count for something, right? That's gotta count for something indeed, see. One of our scientists is leveled up, and the colony ship is making its trip to that tomb world we're going to be taking for our own. Valen needs some more housing. I'm going to give them a city district. We can also clear away some of these bomb craters, if need be. Let's see, we have the one reducing the max mining districts. Let's clear that, and the one reducing the max generator districts in the radioactive wasteland. Yeah, clear those. I won't bother with the second bomb crater that's reducing the max agricultural districts just yet. That's not all that important right now. But now it is time to get an off-world trading company on the Crucible Station, so that place can start making us some more moolah. Because that's all we really need, right? Just the ability to make some of that sweet, sweet cash. Okay. Up to 18 income even now with our fleet at max strength. Excellent. We need some more alloys though. I have to upgrade a couple of our anchorages so that they are in a position to provide us with more naval capacity, since neither of our fleets are at full strength just yet. And we'd like to get 2 full-strength fleets. So hopefully that would enable us to be superior to one of our neighbors. And there we go. Upgrade the Starhold. And I think I want to make the upgrade in 2 places. So It's gonna be a while for those specific alloys. Or these. Alright. Elysium needs both more space and a new job. It's also having amenities problems. It can have a city district, I suppose. After all, we need some cities there, even if it is a farming world. So let them have that. Here's to hoping that we find terrestrial sculpting in the tech list sometime soon. I would very much like to have access to that. I really would. I don't know why, but in Stellaris, especially when I reach the late game, I tend to do a quite insane amount of terraforming. In the sense that any planet that's not of my primary class, I will terraform into my primary class. No matter how madly expensive it ends up being. But we're making progress on the archaeology site. Surface scans reveal the planet to be covered in desiccated flatlands, large areas covered in fine dusty sediment. Analysis shows that the sediment traces are all that is left of extensive tracts of vegetation that must have died and dried out with unnatural speed. Furthermore, many of the dry patches have crumbled to reveal a vast cave system just beneath the surface. This surveying trip just turned into a spelunking expedition. Well, don't just stand there, keep on bloody digging. We should check out these artifacts that we've got. I could sell some private collectors for a bit of energy if I wanted to, but we only have about 12 minor artifacts right now, so I don't really want to do that. I really don't.
Foreign powers are engaging in active hostilities.
Okay, Emprian Corporation declared war on the Renean allied planets. So this is essentially the corporation trying to crush a rebellion, because this planet was part of their territory, and then it just got really unresty and rose up in rebellion. So they're trying to reclaim the territory that they view as rightfully theirs, which it's perfectly reasonable, I suppose. Relatively so, anyways. To start adding a few destroyers to this fleet. It's gonna bring us over our naval cap a little, but so be it.
Construction complete.
And would you look at that, we are now up to 4 shipyards at Alpha Centauri. Good lord, that's impressive. 4 whole shipyards. And I won't be able to do this until we unlock the tech upgrade again, but I'll eventually be able to get up to 6 shipyards. Imagine that, being able to build 6 ships in parallel. That is going to skyrocket my ability to reinforce the fleet absolutely through the bloody roof.
Science Division reports a new breakthrough.
Also, we have a dead society scientist. Crime is down, and amenities are up. Excellent. At this point, I think it's down to either terraforming or ocean ecology management. Let's have a look around at our planets. So that's 1 toxic kelp. That's still 2. That's still 2. That's still 2. That's still 2. Still 2. Still 2. Still 2. And still 2. So there's only 2 toxic toxic kelp on any of the planets I currently have access to. So that to me is just not worth it. I don't think we need to spend 82 months on getting more society research at the moment. But I was saying how I would like to unlock the ability to terraform, and I stand by that, so terrestrial sculpting it is. And we need to unlock to get a scientist for our research also, because that last guy, literally the last thing he did was finish his research, and then he died at his station. That's nice though. Having a scientist on there has knocked about 20 months off of the research time. 62 months. That's about 5 years. But not bad as far as research is concerned.
Construction complete.
Yes, we are now above the naval cap. But I finally have a destroyer in this fleet. Making progress. We did not manage to get ourselves superior to anyone just yet. Classes 1. I don't have the alloys for reinforcement. I'll just leave Volnov alone for now. I'll wait until we get them. I'm not selling anything right now. Our colony ship is about to hit its destination, and colony number 2 will very soon be up and running. Excellent. I do love to see that. I really do. Though I need to rename this system at some point, because that's just a name I cannot bloody pronounce. We will see. Okay.
Our pioneers have made planetfall.
Regium. So, that would be a good alternate name here. The Regia system. Of course, I need to rename the station, because that's the one thing that doesn't get renamed when you change the star name. The station. Or any of the mining stations surrounding planets, but I don't really actually look at them individually, so it's fine. Terra needs new work for people. I think they can have another generator district, just to make sure we don't start having any energy issues in future.
Construction complete.
Valen's done with their thing. hub. I guess it's a bastion that can guard us against them. And would you look at that? Unless it just doesn't display it for other empires, it looks like the hegemony does not have FTL interdiction technology yet. That's one nice advantage. This is going to take me over the limit, but right there at Jasvak is also going to get fortified. Even if that actually... No, I'm not, because that would put me at 10 starbases out of 9, which will get rather expensive, and I want to avoid that. So, we'll not do that for now, I think. However, Traitonus has a worker for us. Time to plump down some more civilian industries. We're starting to get to the point where our consumer good income is struggling. And I'm also going to expand the first fleet a little further. Even if that
Construction complete.
More naval capacity ships. Tariq can now pump out these ships with Expa. That will be very nice. Having actual experienced ships rather than just random Joes we throw into battle just because.
Construction complete.
So starbase finished up. And our fleet's military strength here has just gone above 3,000 for the first time. Excellent. And yes, I am just going to keep checking what the comparable strength is. Oh. The Empyrean Corporation is now militarily inferior to us. They're still equivalent, but their military is inferior to ours. Interesting. Very interesting. That's a dead scientist. Not that it matters. We don't have anywhere we can really explore until we get the boxed-in situation resolved.
Construction complete.
Elysium has finished its construction, so they have a job now. And archaeology thing. Bickering archaeologists. Tempers are running high at the archaeology site on Hekios 5A. Several archaeologists are openly disagreeing with Marcia Didius about how best to proceed. Progress at the site has been slowed to a crawl. Great. So now the archaeologist team is constantly arguing
Construction
with each
complete.
other. So they're never getting anything done. Terra did get its thing done, though. We also have a lot of energy. So I can expand the fleet now, if we get the alloys to do so. Speaking of, I really.
Construction complete.
I'll get back to that in a second. As I was saying, I really need to boost my alloy income, but we haven't come across any planets just yet that I think would serve as very good foundry worlds. So that's part of the issue. So, Valin. I think we know what you're going to be now. We can assign the planet what its proper type is going to be. Colony designation, mining world. Since that's all we're doing on it now. Rebirth of the Volderine civilization. Curious. Just the Crucible system. A previously shrouded planet Volch appears to have undergone dramatic change. The previously impenetrable fog has parted, revealing a civilization of sapient Stone Age level Stone Age primitives, I guess it should say. Populating its surface. How very odd.